into another Candy yoga video. This is another hip flexor stretch, but it's a little bit harder than the last one. We are going to do it standing up and then halfway on the floor. So I'm going to have you get your blanket in case your knees ever bother you. You can have a blanket or a little pillow that you can put your knee on. But first we're going to stand hip distance apart and we're going to bring one leg back. So as the leg comes back, I'm going to turn sideways so you can see the front knee is bent. Now this would be our normal warrior one stance in yoga, but we're just going to hold on to this knee and lift up the back heel. I want you to wiggle that back heel until your leg goes farther out. You'll notice this hip is starting to stretch. We're kind of sinking towards the ground. Now it's called a runner's lunge sometimes, but this is a warrior one that we've turned into now what's called a crescent lunge. So if you look, when the hands come up, it creates kind of a moon shape on the back side. So it's our crescent lunge. Now that may be uncomfortable with the hands up, so you can just have one hand or keep the hands down. No hands, it's fine. Always do what's best for your body. Now this is where, I'm going to bring my blanket in a little bit, where we can come down onto the knee. And you notice my knee is nice and cradled on that blanket. Now I'm still pushing my hip forward, still feeling that hip flexor stretch. So you can hold all of these as long as you would like. While you're standing, you can hold it here, and it's going to turn into a lizard stretch. So I just started walking my front foot forward so I can really push down into the front. Now that back foot has had a little tension on it, so I'm going to put my hands down, lift up the back foot, wiggle the toes, and you can hold that foot up or the foot can be down. So people hold with the knee bent or hold with the leg straight. We're still getting really deep into the hip flexor stretch. Now, of course, hold as long as you feel comfortable. I would recommend 30 seconds in each pose at least, or longer if you can. Now, this is our lizard pose. I'm going to turn back to the front so you can see a little bit from the front with the leg out. You can hold here, or you can turn it into a twisted lizard, which means we're going to take the outside hand, the one that's next to the knee, and place it on your back hip, and then just look behind you over that shoulder. When you're twisted lizard, that front hand, you can be on a hand, you can be on a fist, you can even come down to an elbow, depending on the stretch you are looking for. You can look out to the side and look to the sky. Some people lift the hand all the way up to the sky, or you can give that knee a hug in your twisted lizard. Place your hands back down on the floor. To come out, you kind of shift your weight back a little bit. Slide that front foot in, put your hand on the knee. We stand up, so now you're back in that lunge pose. And we walk in however you need to stand up. If you want to try it on the other side, we might not hold it as long. We don't need to do as much talking, but we bring one foot back. Now you're in that warrior one pose. And we lift up the back heel, wiggle the heel back, so the leg gets a little bit longer, and we think of just dropping the hips. Now our body is still straight up, our torso is. The hip is just dropping down, feeling that long stretch on the hip. Because the heel's up, it's kind of that runner's lunge. Now it is a crescent lunge, so you're welcome to lift the arms up, seeing that curvature of the crescent moon. Now you can just have one hand, you have both hands, you have no hands, it does not matter. So this is where we're going to change and gently let that knee come to the floor. You're still feeling that stretch coming forward. And we're going to take the tension off the back toe. Lift up the toe, wiggle the heel, lift ankle, whatever you need here. And rest the foot down. Some people even hold on to that foot, increasing the stretch. Once again, that may be similar to our bow pose. Now, from here, the foot is going to relax. We're going to lean forward a little bit more, maybe even walk those toes to the front a little bit more, so we're getting a lot of length on that hip. Now, this is called your lizard pose. So you can have both hands down on the ground in the lizard. Now, I'm just going to adjust to the front. You do not have to move. I just want you to be able to see the front picture here. Now, when you're in your lizard, it can also turn into a twisted lizard, which means you can place knee hand on the knee. You can place it on your hip and roll or open up the shoulder and look behind you. Now, if you're wanting to change that up a little bit, you can come down onto the elbow on the front. Now, you can give the knee a hug here, still have the hand on the hip. You can even have a hand towards the sky in your twisted lizard. So the whole time we're still stretching out that hip flexor behind. And your lizard pose. We're going to gently come out, having the hands come back to the ground, support the weight of the body, shift your weight back just a little bit, bring that front foot in, place your hands on the knee, hands on the floor, straighten that back leg, walk the foot in, and roll up nice and slow. You might get a little bit dizzy, so hold when you come to a standing position. Shoulders roll back and down. And that was your lizard, your twisted lizard, your crescent moon lunge for your hip flexor.